everybody. It's Amy with Life Redesigned, where we grow through what we go through. Super excited to talk about automation today. So, I want to dive right in, and I first want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about the who, the what, the where, the when, the why, and the how. So, we're going to really dive into what all this can actually mean and how this can actually work to help you run your business faster, smoother, with higher productivity and less time for you. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing is, let's just talk about what is automation. So if you can kind of think of automation is just like when you get in your car and you put your car in drive, your car automatically drives, right? There's like a difference between automatic and a stick. So it's automatically going. So think of that in a business sense, that like, how can I get my business to run automatically without me doing every single thing? Okay, so that's kind of like the shift. Another automation could be something like if you've ever purchased something at a store, and right after you purchase, they send you an email back that says, "Thank you so much for your purchase." That's an automation within their business of how they're saying thank you to you. Does that make sense? Think about when you go to somebody's website and a pop-up occurs that says, "Do you want to join our mailing list?" You not only is that automation to prompt the question, but it's also when you enter into there, you can automatically get on the email list to get updates, right? So that is automation. So those are just kind of a few ways to kind of explain like what is automate. What does it look like to automate your business? Like, what does it actually mean? Okay. If you click on, we've all seen those different things where we've clicked on something and then all of a sudden a million people have your email address. That's actually automation. Okay. It's part of somebody's business strategy. So that kind of covers the what. Let's kind of cover, I just skipped the who. Let's go back to the who. So who can automate? Anybody that's running a business, whether it's small, whether it's large, no matter the size, anyone that's running a business has these free tools in their back pocket to automate some stuff to make their life easier, okay? And again, the what and the who leads us to the why. So why do we want to do this? Like, what is the point of automating our business? It saves a bunch of time, right? So if you don't have to ask every single person that comes into that goes to your website by hand, if they want to enter into something, but it automatically pops up and a question prompts you, is that less time for you? Okay. Is there, if you could have an automatic system that could tell everybody happy birthday through your social media coming from you, could that help you with your touches, and could that start some conversations that you may not have had before then? It saves a ton of money when you automate something and it takes you less time. That also means either one, you don't have to pay somebody to do it, or two, you don't have to do it yourself, so you can be doing something else. So the productivity and the money that you're going to save is just going to go through the roof to be able to make this happen. Okay. It also holds any of your staff or yourself, but it holds accountability and actually increases the reliability that you have with your staff. So I love automation because for all these reasons, but for this reason too, because your staff, when you automate some things we're going to talk about here in a second, you can actually start to automate things so they can actually go through some training programs, they can onboard, they can do all of this stuff on their own time. And instead of you doing all of that work, you can actually do the check-ins with them. Okay, that is the great thing about automation. So we have covered who can do this. We have covered what it is. We have covered why you want to do it. Let's cover where we actually want to do this at. So I have 5 places. These are not the only 5, but these are 5 examples of how you can actually automate your business depending on what your business is. The first one is interest. So like I was saying before, can you automate the interest that people have, whether to work with you, whether to become part of your email list, whether it's to get in contact with you? Can you automate that? Let's give a couple examples. When you go to I think almost every website has this, but when you go to a website, you're prompted, would you like to join our community? Would you like to join our family? Would you like to join our email list? That is an automation. Do you have that going on your website already? Do you have that somewhere? When someone Facebook messages you, for example, if they Facebook or Instagram or if they message you through social media, do you have an auto message that goes through and says, thank you so much for, thank you so much for this? So like, do you have an automatic message? So for us, ours says like, thank you so much for contacting us through Facebook or Instagram. Please ask that you email here or call the studio here, as we're just growing, we're growing quite a bit and aren't able to get to messenger messages right now. That's an automation. So it automatically redirects people to communicate the way that I need them to communicate efficiently for my business. Okay. Other interests. Do you have staff interest? So could you create a video that is all about the type of person that you want to hire? And could you, when somebody says, could you have a keyword when somebody says, whether it's in your group or, whatever, but they message you that they're interested in staff, could you automate and send them a link and automate that? You send them a link of a video of how you're explaining the job position, what you're looking for, et cetera, et cetera. And then at the end of the video, you tell them, okay, if after all of this, you're interested, please send an email, to here for further advancement. That's an automation. Okay. So that means that you are not taking a half hour every single time to tell everybody about the job, but you're doing it in a video. They get to know you a little bit. They get to hear a little bit about that. Okay. So that's the first thing. The second thing is onboarding. Right now, if you yourself or you have staff that's doing it for you, onboarding your staff, what is a way that you could make this easier, simpler, less time, save money? Okay. We have so many tools, you guys, at the drop of a hat and at our fingertips to be able to do this effectively. So what I want you to think about is, how can I automate my onboarding? Can I make videos? And we're going to talk about how to do that and where to use that platform. Can I make videos that they can watch? Can I do trainings? Can I do all this? Can I do a hybrid option versus all in person? Is there anything from the back end that you can do on a video to send them and take them through a program, or send them through links, or do a little checkmark checklist in Google Docs, which we'll talk about in a little bit? Is there something like that you can do? Again, that saves you the time to train them. Okay, what is it that you can do? We use, I'll talk about that in a second, but we use something called Live Binders. We have a video binder training that when an onboarding staff member comes in, they watch a video that takes them through our online binder. We don't do any paper. We don't do that anymore. It takes them through the online binder. They get their own special login and they can follow right along and look at all the documents. That is something we don't do anymore. Then we follow up with them for a 15-minute phone call after that to carry on if they have any questions and to be able to move on to the next step. How great is that? Those binder trainings are an hour long, you guys. So we save an hour every single time we onboard. And now we know that the information is exactly what we want it to be. Okay. Number 3 is training. So this can be very similar. So what can you do to actually train, or what can you do to automate the training piece of your staff, of your team, right? What does that look like? What are some tools that you can use? If you could have a training system that you did videos and you put them in a library and they did it and they checked mark through that, and you guys could communicate through. You guys know I've talked a lot about Trello, but could that be easier for you? Not for everything, but for some things, to be able to educate them. Okay. Number 4 is continuing education. Maybe every single year you have continuing education where, okay, listen, Mike, staff, you have to watch these workshops, or you have to listen to this training, or whatever it is. And then I need you to send me the form and sign it through Google Forms, because now they have a signature thing that you can do through Google Docs, is what I meant to say. How great would it be that without you taking the time while you are on vacation, or while you are, for me, homeschooling my kids, I'm able to to send out some continuing education videos and then have my staff turn in the documents that they have watched them and understand them. And then I expect them to know that information moving forward. They also have full access to that forever. If I do this in person with them, I have multiple locations, so I can't just, like, it's harder for us to get in person to do this, you know? So if I do this with them, they also have the reference to be able to go back to it at any time. I have the reference to say, great question. Let's go back to video number 2 and X training program. Let's take a look at this closer, and then let me know if you have further questions from there. Okay. The fifth thing is Facebook groups. So automation and Facebook groups can just really help you navigate and get done what it is that you need to get done. Again, without you doing all of the work with every single person. If your Facebook group has thousands of people in it, can you imagine every single time somebody entered into that group that you'd have to, like, not can you imagine, because you want to have the relationship with people, but every single time you want to welcome them to the group. What if you create a welcome video, put it in your Facebook group, you tag the person, and they can actually still watch that? Would that help you create more time? Okay. So who, what, where, we've talked about those. We talked about who, we talked about what, we talked about where, we talked about why. Now I want to talk about when, and I want to talk about how to wrap this up. So when do we want to do this? As often as possible and in as many places as you possibly can. Look for every which way that you can. If you don't know where to look, let me help you, okay? Ask in the comments below. Let me help you. Look for this, because these are ways that you want. These are free tools, you guys, and this is what's going to help you. Spend more time with your kids, go on that vacation that you want, be able to go visit a friend and hang out by the pool during the day. It's going to be the difference between you taking advantage of these tools and you not taking advantage of these tools. Okay. Now let's get to the why: who, what, when, where, why. And now we're going to end it with the how. I have 10 ways, 10 tools that you can automate your business. Some of them I'm going to show you, and some of them I'm actually just going to talk about. Okay. So the first one is called Boards. Like a board, the Boards app. You can download this directly from your phone. And I do actually want to show you this really quick from where I'm at. Okay. So this is the network marketing company that I'm involved in. It's called Bravenly. So this is the Boards app. So when you click on these, they have scripts, they have templates, they have the Zoom call, they have the clubs, they have the swag, they have all of this organized in here so that you can actually see and get organized in everything to get started. Okay. So that is so great. So Boards app, you can do it on desktop or your phone. That is awesome for onboarding. It's also really great for continuing education. The second thing is Google Docs. I don't know if you guys saw, but you can do signatures now on Google Docs. So that's a way to automate, again, your onboarding process, your training process, because people can actually sign the documents through Google Docs. Okay, so again, you don't have to necessarily be in person if that's what you're needing them to do. The third thing is StreamYard. So a lot of you guys have seen me actually like stream live in here. Right now I'm live doing this in my group. And if you're listening on the podcast, you're hearing this as well. But StreamYard is a really great place to record all of your videos and then be able to schedule them at a later time. So if you can't make it at a certain time, you can schedule them in your group, on your page, wherever and whatever that might look like for you. Okay. The fourth one is Facebook scheduling. So I just did a training on Trello and how to organize all of your social media. And I'm going to do another training on how to market at the end of this month. So take advantage of Facebook scheduling, put all your social media in Trello, and then you can start to schedule that out. Go back and check out my Trello training, Trello one-on-one, on how to organize your social media, and you'll have a good feel for what that looks like. And then you can go in and you can actually schedule from your Facebook page. You can schedule everything to go. You can use Storito to schedule out your stories. So that's a really good place as well. I love that tool. The fifth thing is YouTube. And I'm going to show you this really quick. I'm going to share my screen, because I want to show you, for us, we have some onboarding videos and we do this through YouTube. So if you take a peek at our playlist down here, we have here's all of my onboarding or not onboarding. Here are my all of continuing education playlists. So you can add a playlist. This is all of the level 2 material. These are all the office hours from 2022. These are all the staff videos that my staff needs to watch. This is everything from like workshops that we would have. These are all the teaching videos from my curriculum. You guys look at all these. So I have all these stored in here. Okay, I have all those stored in YouTube, and I've created the playlists in there for my staff to go in, and then they're clickable links. So I have a document in Google Docs, and they're clickable links. It's free to use. Google Docs is free. Google Drive is free. Well, so much storage. And then we use YouTube where my staff can click and then go in there, and they can have access to that at any time. So it saves me time. I pre-recorded all those videos. So our curriculum is sitting in YouTube and playlists. My staff training is sitting there. I have workshops that are sitting in there. Okay. So we have a whole online program that's in there that people can purchase and watch on their own time. The sixth thing is called Thinkific. Okay, that is a training program that you can go through. Like a lot of people I know in our industry, a lot of industries use that for training programs. The seventh one is Vimeo. So Vimeo kind of has a similar structure to YouTube of how you can actually set those videos up if you had curriculum or training or anything like that. The eighth one is Teachable. And I actually want to show you Teachable really quick. So yes. Okay. So this is Teachable. And you can see in here, it just says start your course. And when you go to start your course, hopefully you can still see that. Okay, so you can kind of see my portal. So here is everything that I need to go through with my portal. And then I click everything off when I'm done with it. So I hit start, I watch a video, and it takes me through a checklist. Okay, so that is Teachable. I love that tool so much. Let me get back to you and stop sharing my screen. Okay, and then two more. The ninth thing is guides in your Facebook group. So if you're not using guides in your Facebook group, what you want to do is make sure that you are for example, if you have a Facebook group, create a welcome video of yourself that says, hey, everybody, it's Amy with Life Redesigned. I want to welcome you. Well, all of you know what I'm talking about because you're in my group and you're hearing this. If you're listening on the podcast, hey, everybody, it's Amy from Life Redesigned. So excited that you're here today and wanted to just say hello and welcome to the group. This is what this group is for. This is what my passion is. This is what I'm going to be bringing to you. And I'm super excited. Comment below to introduce yourself to everybody else in the group. And I can't wait to talk to you more soon. Okay, boom. And then you create that and you put that in a guide in guide 1. And then when people join your group, you tag them, start here. And then as you add guides and as you continue to grow, you can then start here. And then people are like, oh, I already went through guide 1. What does guide 2 look like? And then it's like, oh, here's a training on social media. Okay, guide 3 is this, guide 4 is that, right? So you're able to kind of like people go through in their own pace. And then the 10th one is any other personal program that you might have to support your business. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen one more time and just show you something that I love. There's so many things I love about our system. And if you're in my industry, I will rant and rave about this system more than you can even imagine. In 1 second, I just gotta find it here. Here we go. Okay, so for example, these are all of our automated messages that are in our system. Okay, take a peek at these. So there are 45 automated emails in our system. It's called Pulse Studio Manager. Please let me know if you're watching this and you're in my industry because I definitely want to refer you to this system. So every single time something happens in this system, one of these emails goes out to them. Okay. So, like when somebody books a private party, we're looking forward to party. We're so happy you chose to party with us. Every time somebody takes a specialty class, this is the email that they receive. Every time somebody signs up to be a showcase performer, this is the email that they receive. Every time somebody purchases a gift card, this is what they get. Every time it's someone's birthday, this is the email that they get. Okay. So we have so many that allow us to automate. That is called automation. Okay. So let's just recap on all of this really quick to end this training. The who is anyone in business. The what, we talked about that and what automation is. The where, staff interest, your onboarding, your training, continuing education, Facebook groups are 5 examples. The when, as often as possible. The why, we talked about that it saves money, it increases productivity, it holds your staff accountable and creates a stronger reliability within your own community. And the how, we talked about 10 things, 10 tools that you can, of ways that you can automate your business. The Boards app, Google Docs, StreamYard, Facebook scheduling, YouTube, Thinkific, Vimeo, Teachable, guides, and lastly, your own personal system, which for us is we call PSM. Okay. So let me know in the comments if this helped you in any way, and let me know what your favorite program is. I want to hear from you, and I can't wait to hear how this is going to help launch your business and create more free time from you. If you have any questions, I'm here. Let's talk about and keep working toward creating the life of our dreams, which equals more money, more free time, and automation is the way that we are going to dominate in order to be able to do that. All right, y'all. This is Amy signing off from Life Redesigned, where we grow through what we go through, and I will talk with you next week in next week's training.